there, Philip. How are you? Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
Lynn.
Welcome. How are you tonight, Philip?
Oh,
Lovely
good.
to have you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah.
For everyone who hasn't already met Philip, Philip, he is a painter, and strangely, on my wall are some of his paintings, which is, I
I
hope
thought
it's a nice surprise for you, Philip.
I thought I recognized them.
Um, So what I thought we'd do tonight, Philip, is just briefly touch on what the subject was last week. With Shamek gave a lovely talk last week, and we didn't get a chance to share any of our habits we wanted to talk about. So we thought we'd, follow up with that tonight. And also the subject was for tonight a very nice subject on innocence. Innocent until proven guilty. That's was just a fun line, because innocence is a fun thing, strangely. But I backtrack now to the habits that we've all been thinking of for spring, our new habits. For me in particular, it's been a desire to change my habits. Obviously, I'm now in the Sunshine Coast and it's nice and warm. Sorry, Philip, you were in Canberra, where I've departed from, and had to change all my habits. So now it's a slip, slop, slap habit. And surprisingly, that is, it's very hard to adopt that habit. I think I've got it now after a year. But habits can also be dangerous for you.
Yeah.
And I can illustrate that in that, if you're rushing, which, oh, do I do that? Oh, sometimes. Okay, a lot. If you're rushing to go out the door, because you've got to get to the beach for your foot soak or something like that, you slip, slop, slapping. And if you forget to wash your hands after slip, slop, slapping, and you rub your eyes, owies happens, as I would say with my grandson, Freddie, owies. So that's the downside of habits sometimes. And I had one other example, but maybe we can go to one of yours, Philip. I thought you had a good example. Oh, I know about carrying our, we mentioned this some time ago to everyone. Some of the regulars would remember this, about carrying our book and our pen around with us, like a real paper book, so that we could jot down any learnings we might hear, whether we're listening to the founder of Saji Yoga, Sri Mataji, if we're listening to her lecture, which we're going to do in a minute, and something really resonates with us, and then you forget it later. But if you've got your book, and I'm going to show off now, you've got your book. Okay, it's really messy and got so many things in it. Also unrelated to my ongoing learning at Saji Yoga. You've got it there in one place. So that was the good thing of a good habit. What one did you have, Philip?
Oh, I suppose we've all got habits. I was talking today about habits, and I thought the best one we can have it is by meditating each day. That's a good habit.
Yes,
It's
the
a
best one.
very good habit. I paint.
Yeah.
I do have a regular sort of thing around the house of doing things and stuff like that. And habits are brought on by our culture, the way we brought up, and we learn these things. And habits can be very good for our benefit, but at the same time, in our society, there's habits that are there that are not good for us. And this is sort of, the ego has we've been created to have this ego which we can freely select to what we do, how we are, and all this sort of stuff. And in that freedom, we can either make good or bad choices. And some of those habits can be detrimental. Like you look in society today with tobacco, alcohol, and all those things that are going on. We're free to have it and all that, but it's not a good habit. And some things can become habitual, which go against us, and also some which are beneficial for us, like looking after ourselves, keeping a good temperament, meditating each day, And some of those habits that we learn can be the fact that the way we are towards other people. And the beautiful thing about Sahaja Yoga is once you get your realization, you feel more and more of the qualities that are there for our benefit in a sense of what we're really made of. And habits, as I said, are not necessarily bad, but they are good as well. And each country seems to have different habits and ways of doing things, which is interesting. It makes that sort of diversity which they talk about. But no, it's I try not to have bad habits.
Means constantly watching ourselves, I guess.
Oh, definitely, yes,
And
yeah.
the beauty of Sahaja Yoga is practicing Sahaja Yoga is
Exactly.
that we try not to be in the past and reliving things,
Yes.
which make our present very unhappy, and try not to not be present and miss out on all the great things that are happening right now.
Yes.
Giving your grandchildren a big hug, for instance, is happening right now. But in the future, if you're thinking about next week or the week after, when baby number 2 arrives, just thought I'd slip that in, then you're also missing this moment right now, where we're going to have a nice meditation and listen to a lovely talk of Srimataji. Do you think that's a timely segue that we can ask Prashant to play that talk?
Yes.
Yeah, it is actually. So thanks, everyone. Let's sit relaxed, and I think Philip, that's who you are. Philip will take us through the self-realization process after we listen to Srimataji's very, very fun talk about innocence. Thanks, Prashant, whenever you're ready.
The first, we bow to Sri Ganesha. Because Sri Ganesha is the source of innocence within us. So actually we bow to innocence within us. And this innocence is the one gives you the enlightenment. As I told you yesterday, the light has innocence. But this is innocent without knowledge. But your light is innocent with knowledge. We always think that the people who have got knowledge can never be innocent, can never be simple. And the idea we have got about innocence is that an innocent person is always deceived, can be befooled, and can be always taken for granted. But innocence is a power. It is a power which protects you, which gives you light of knowledge. Knowledge that we have in the worldly sense is how to exploit others, how to cheat others, how to make money out of them, how to make fun of others, how to look down upon others. But the light of innocence is the light by which you know that love is the highest thing. And it teaches you how to love others, how to care for others, how to be gentle about others. It also gives you the light within. It's just the other way around of this avidya that we have in this world. Just the other way around. The avidya outside teaches us competition, how to put the other person down, because it has fear. It is insecure. This knowledge is not secure at all. If it had security, it would not have behaved like this. But the light of innocence knows everything. It has no fear. When we say children are innocent, we mean to say that they have that power of innocence. Many times people have noticed if a child falls from a height, he doesn't die, while a young man may die with a much smaller height. And the child is not afraid while falling. He just enjoys as if there's a parachute coming down, nicely. And then when he falls down also just gets up, laughs, smiles at everyone. He doesn't understand why everybody is worried. Because in that innocence he knows that he's looked after. He's protected. He knows that there is a power which is much higher than him, and he does not have to worry. Then we start putting ideas into the head of the child. And that is how he starts losing his power of innocence. And he becomes a coward. He becomes a cunning fellow. He becomes an unrighteous personality. But still we would say that the innocence of children is innocence of ignorance. In a way. Because they do not know the dangers of life. But the light of innocence knows all the dangers and also knows how to get rid of it. Also knows how to be away from such a person. There was a wise man who was going on a staircase. And there was a stupid man coming from the other side, foolish man. So foolish people are always aggressive. That is one of the signs, because they have inferiority complex. So the foolish man says to the man who was coming up, he says, one had to move on one side. So he says, I don't move for fools, the foolish one says. So the wise man says, I do, and he moved. That's how the light of innocence tells you how far to go with a person, how far to talk to a person, how far to indulge in another person's personality or his problems. Otherwise he deceits. He understands that this gentleman is a stupid fool, so I move for a fool like that. He doesn't pay attention to such a person. He doesn't bother about such a person. This is the light of innocence which gives you discrimination. How far to go with others? I love a person. There are many, I love him. All right. Another person may kick you, may hit you, may trouble you, may become absolutely, horribly possessed, but still you are just mad out in love with that person without any self-respect. This comes because there is no... You may be innocent in a way, in a worldly manner, but you are not enlightened and innocent. When you are enlightened and innocent, then your innocence is a power which gives you, first thing is discretion. Supposing you take a light in your hand. Now you know whether it is a snake or a rope. But if there is no light in your hand, you cannot see. But even supposing it's a snake, you might run away. Or if you are a stupid fool, you will say, all right, come and bite me. I would like to see how it works. Children are there. But if you are an enlightened person, then you will tell the snake, now let me be alone, all right? Bye-bye. And the snake will know and it will go away. Or if the snake is a sinister one, you may just look at the snake and snake might run away. So this power of innocence is a very, very important thing. And that comes to us through our enlightenment alone. So we are, say, in a state which is ignorant and innocent. Innocent and ignorant. Then people are no more innocent nor ignorant, but they are not enlightened. They become cunning. If they don't have both the qualities, they are neither ignorant, so-called, they have got knowledge, they are good at everything, they are well-known people for their intelligence, brilliance, everything, so they are knowledgeable, so-called. So such people we could call as the people who have got the knowledge in the worldly sense. But they have no innocence. So they start devising methods, the innocence which is there, which puts a little control over such a mind, is lost. Because they think innocence is stupid, They don't respect their innocence. So they start maneuvering people, doing violent things, doing harmful things, saying nasty, sarcastic things. All these things the brain starts working. Because it cannot get back to its innocence. So we don't like such people later on, we don't want them. Then they develop ideas that we are higher people, we are chosen people, we are better people, then they develop all these ideas. Then all of them club together. So ignorance is added as a so-called knowledge, you see. Inside is completely ignorance, outside is knowledge. And added up like that. They do not want to seek there, inside. And they are satisfied with their outside so-called knowledge. And they go ahead with it, and once they break their heads, then they realize, oh God, what was it? Inside is all darkness. We cannot live with all the windows closed hermetically and the sun shining outside. We have to have light inside to see for ourselves what are we, what are our powers, how far we can go, how we are working out ourselves, our lives, our aims. Now the enlightenment, as the enlightenment you see here is of these lights, is manifested within you as vibrations, as Chaitanya, as light. So the Chaitanya itself is the light. But the difference between this light and that light is such that this one will only tell you as far as your eyes are concerned. It will tell you that it is a stone, or it is a wood, or it is a house, or it is a face of a man, anything, this light. But it won't be able to tell you whether this person is good or bad, whether this house is vibrated or not, is auspicious or not. So it doesn't give you auspiciousness, the idea of auspiciousness. So we are talking of Ganesha's innocence, which gives us sense of auspiciousness, and ourselves also makes it auspicious. This is how the Chaitanya itself is enlightenment. Chaitanya itself is enlightenment. It relates to you all the knowledge which it has. Now imagine what a micro arrangement it is. That the Chaitanyas which are small, small, like we can say little round valayas, small, small ones, they have intelligence in them and discretion built in them to tell you whether a person is good or bad. You have got it, Sahaja Yoga, so in a simple way. So we have not bothered to find out what your computer has got. It has got the knowledge. Now to know not only if the person is good or bad, but what troubles that person has got.
That was a fabulous talk, Philip. Might be nice to go through the realization. And did you want to?
I'll lead that through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe did you want any slides? Maybe our tech team is.
Yeah, the place where we put our hands. Yes.
Yeah. To the. Okay. Nice. I'll
We just open our hands on our lap. And what we're doing here is requesting that the residual kundalini that each human being has in the sacred bone can be awakened and taken through the chakras to go through the top chakra, and that is union, that is yoga. So we'll go through this, and because the vibrations are here for this to occur, this energy responds to our desire. So we open our hands on our lap. We're making a request here for this motherly kundalini energy to awaken. So we place our right hand on our heart, and in our heart resides the spirit, which is love and joy, peace. Even though it's peaceful, it's one of the strongest qualities. It's always there within us, and we have to seek that in our heart. And we can say to ourselves, am I the spirit? Am I the spirit? Ask that question. We take that right hand down to the left-hand side of the navel, and here we asked, am I my own teacher? Can I have the knowledge to understand myself? We can also ask at this point for peace and satisfaction. We'll place that right hand down where the leg joins onto the body. Here we have the pure knowledge within us, that creative force within us that we need to understand. And here we ask, am I the true knowledge? We can also ask, am I the innocence of what Sri Mataji was talking about? because that's a very primal quality we have as at the first chakra, the quality of the Mother Earth, that magnetic quality, that innocence. Please give me the innocence and the pure knowledge. Please give me the innocence and the pure knowledge. Take that right hand back to the left-hand side of the navel. We're working on our left side because this is our side of desire. And we're desiring our yoga, our realization. And here we can say, I am my own teacher. It's innately within me, and I have to learn the knowledge of this for my betterment. You can say that we are our own teacher. That's what we can learn to do. We can go back to our heart with the right hand, and here we can say that I am the Spirit, because we're not the past or the future. We're not the ego or the superego. We are the Spirit in our heart. And as we develop our yoga through our meditation and the self-realization develops, this quality appears and we feel it, that we are that. It's in our heart and it's beautiful. So we can say to ourselves, I am the Spirit. The Spirit actually represents that beauty and the love of God. It's actually in our heart. Take that right hand up to the left-hand side of the neck. Place it on the shoulder and the neck. This center here gets affected if we're feeling guilty. It's to do with our past, things we've done, we may not be happy about, but we can say to ourselves, I am not guilty, because guilt can hold us down. We can learn through our mistakes, of course, but don't carry the guilt. I am not guilty. Take that right hand to the back of the head. Here sits our past, our superego, related to our conditionings, our habits, our past, our learning. And here we can say, just to help our past become clearer for us, I forgive myself. Often the past is deeply embedded within us, but by forgiving ourselves, we help that past clear. I forgive myself. It helps us get rid of our bad habits as well. I forgive myself. Take that right hand across our forehead and bow our head down slightly. Here sits our ego, which makes us this human being. And here we forgive everyone. By forgiving, it lightens our own load, makes us better towards others and to ourselves. It makes humanity much better. I forgive everyone. I forgive. And please make me a forgiving person. One of our great qualities. This enables this center here to open, to allow the Kundalini to pass through, where we can actually feel the meditation of thoughtless awareness, where our attention is in the moment. I forgive. I forgive. Now take that right hand, we place the palm of the right hand on the top of our head. This is our limbic area. It's our halo, it's our lotus, it's our Sarasrara. And here we ask the Kundalini to move through this area to awaken this chakra so we can get that union, that yoga, so the Kundalini can come through. Please open my Sarasrara. Please allow my lotus to bloom. Please give me my self-realization. Now take that right hand down to the front part of the body. Take the hand down and lift the hand to the front of the body. Do that several times slowly. And this is, by doing this, we're asking the Kundalini to strengthen. And feel at the top of the head to see if you feel a cool breeze. Keep our attention on the top of our head. Bring both hands back to our lap. Open our hands on our lap. Close our eyes and keep our attention on the top of our head. We can play some music at the moment, just for a few minutes, and just keep our attention on the top of our head.
Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it, everyone? Philip,
Yeah.
good job. Let's carry on with that lovely feeling of meditation and try to be more in the present. Maybe we can do some balancing. And I'll just, for those who can see me, we were going to use our hands and our feet on the Mother Earth. Our hands will try not to start thinking, but we'll drop our right hand down to the earth. We'll do a balancing for our left side, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second when we're about to, and Prashant might be sharing another slide with us to talk about it, but this is the kind of demo of what we'll do. Then we're going to raise our hand, our left hand, up towards into the atmosphere. So we're using the quality of the air or the ether to take out any of our futuristic overthinking heat which we get from that sort of stuff. So there you can see what the inside of us is looking like. So bring our hands, two hands open on our lap. Our feet are nice and flat on the ground. So what we'll do is, you can see that chart there. We were just briefly mentioning the left side and the right side. You can see there's a blue line and there's a yellow line. And in that center of that person there, we can see that there's a white channel, and that goes all the way from the base of the spine, where there's a little triangle, and inside that triangle is our lovely mothering energy called Kundalini, which means spirals, and it's literally just describing it. That energy is coiled up. So nice tech team making it bigger. Well done. So you can see there's that coiled energy in the triangle bone, which represents our sacrum bone. And interestingly, sacrum means sacred from the Greek. And it rises up through that central channel automatically when we ask it to, as we just did, and takes us straight up through our evolutionary process there of dots and chakras. Is the technical term, that they're energy centers, and up to that top one where we placed our hand and asked for our self-realization, and asked for our self-realization to be strengthened. So here we are sitting up there in that lovely silent place between the past and the future in the present. So let's try and accentuate that lovely feeling we got then with Philip by, so you can see also on that slide, the spinal cord. We did see the dots of the energy centers where they were placed, just to make it a little bit more, but I can't quite see the dots. I'm not sure if anyone else can. It doesn't matter. What we'll do is then move on to just trying to accentuate our present moment and allow more of that beautiful energy, our mothering energy, looking after us, clearing our obstructions on any of our energy centers, and taking us into our meditative state up there above our thinking, in that crown chakra. So let's go back to our balancing. We'll take our right hand down towards the Mother Earth, and the left hand is open on our lap. So we're sitting up nice and straight, which I wasn't, but the left hand's on our lap. The right hand is just dropped to the ground if we're sitting on a seat. You could have your hand on the ground if you were sitting on the earth, which is also nice. And we'll close our eyes again at this point, and just requesting our mothering energy. Mother, please strengthen my innocent quality at the base of my spine. Please bring that quality of innocence through my evolutionary central channel of the present moment. Let all my chakras feel the strength of my innocence awakened. And take out any obstructions, any habits we have of rehashing the past and let them be sucked into the Mother Earth. Mother, please draw out any of my habits going over the past and really destroying my joy and happiness. So our attention is still focused at the top of our head now. We're breathing nice and firmly. And just allowing our Mother to look after us, as she is always available to do. Just let that all drop away, all the worries we have of, did I say this, did I say that? Why did they say that to me? Nobody likes me. Everybody loves you, and particularly your mother. Thank you, Mother, for loving me and protecting me and taking me to my next evolutionary phase, to be connected with the divine, to be looked after and nurtured by the divine. In the present moment. Now let's bring that right hand up onto our lap, open on our lap. We've still got our eyes closed, but our tech team might put on the slide to show us this balancing. May or may not be there. Not to worry. Our eyes are closed. We can also open them and check the little diagram, diagrams of us, pictures of us, holding our left hand up as we practiced earlier. Right hand on our lap, one where clearing's on our lap, open. Asking Mother, please absorb into the atmosphere all the heat that my thinking and worrying and imagining the future of what I'm going to do, all that heat is not needed. Let it go. Just let it go. Still breathing. And each out breath, more of that futuristic habit we've got just flows out. Out through that left hand. The lovely coolness comes into our right hand on our lap. Center of our palms might start to feel cool. That represents the top of our head. It's all connected. Our hands are connected very much. The center of our palms is our Sahasrara, it's called, the 1,000. It's the Sanskrit word for 1,000. There's 1,000 nerves in the brain. There's 1,000 petals in that beautiful spiritual chakra represented by the lotus flower in the diagram. And then just bringing our two hands back on our lap. And again, as Philip showed us, we will just take our right hand up through the channel. We've got that nice little cup on the right hand, up onto the Sahasrara, and you can nicely touch it. Helps you bring your attention back there if it wanders away. Just a couple of times. Hands are open on our laps, and just enjoy that lovely feeling at the top of our heads. And maybe that bit of low volume Mozart might drift into our awareness for a little while. Still breathing. Just feeling in our heart, on the top of our head, in our palm, the center of our palms. That joy of the present moment. And just once more put our palm of our hand on our forehead. Just dropping our head a little bit into that palm and just forgiving all the thoughts, forgiving anything that might be putting pressure on this gateway to our kingdom of heaven, as it's been called. I forgive. Forgive everyone, I forgive everything. And I forgive myself. And once more on the top of our head. Raising the hand up, just see if you can feel that lovely flow. You might feel a bit of warm as your mothering energy, mother is clearing any heat you've accumulated in our daily life. And bringing the hands back down. It's probably taken up all of your time. Let's just slowly open our eyes. We can put on a bit of music after some time, but we might just both come back online and we'll take away the slide. And as we're contemplating how we're feeling, my hands are feeling quite light. We'll play a little more music for you after we sign off and say goodnight to everyone, probably for about 5 minutes. We'll keep the music on with a bit of maybe a nice photograph of Srimataji, the founder of this meditation. But just before we do that, I hope you've all had a lovely meditation. Those of you who are here with us in a live situation on Zoom or even on YouTube. If you do have any requests or questions, as always, you're most welcome to use the chat. That's always open. Otherwise, thank you, Philip, for the lovely meditation, for the lovely realization process.
Pleasure. Thank you, Lynn.
Very nice. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And very big thank you to the tech team who was so
yes.
Seamlessly looking after us. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful photograph of Srimataji there. Carol, thank you, Carol, for your feeling very relaxed. Yeah, me too. All right, well, no pressing matters. Well, thank you all again. And let you enjoy a little bit more meditation if you so feel. Thanks, everyone, and good night. Thank you. Thanks all.